What's up? Welcome to Dork Sports Week 3. Well, we made it through 2 weeks, boys. How we feeling?
We technically, by a technicality alone, we have made it through the 2 weeks.
Yeah, still got a pulse. My heart's still beating.
Yeah,
I'm here. Physically, I'm here.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Go birds.
But we survived in two of our two survivor pools, and
Still alive.
We're still kicking in both of those with some options for this week. We're going to get to some plays for the week, but before we do that, let's talk about the survivor pool. Who we liking this week, boys?
Yeah, well, first one I'll shout out is Tampa Bay Bucks home opener against the Jets without their starting quarterback. And I really like the Tampa team as a whole. I like their receiving core, even with Godwin out. And I like this. I think this is a W for Tampa.
Yeah, Tampa looks good there. It's home opener. I didn't know that. That's a good bit of news. I mean, what are they? They're 2-0 right now, right?
Yeah, they're 2-0. They won in
wins.
Atlanta and in Houston on Monday night.
And Baker's looking good. Vintage Baker drove all the way down the field for the win.
Their
against...
offense might be a little bit banged up, but I still like them.
Have we heard anything about Baker's ankle? Because there was that one play he looked like he gave himself turf toe, and that seems to be going around the league. And then he just popped right up in the middle of.
What is there?
I believe he did practice today.
Turf toe epidemic? What's going on? What is happening? What is going on?
Yeah.
Does everyone have turf toe? My toe hurts.
Do you guys remember the play that I'm talking about where he went down and was like grabbing his ankle and then someone was talking shit to him and he popped right up like, I'll never be hurt again.
Dude, Baker rules.
It's making me wonder if he like went in for an MRI and someone on the coaching staff was like, pussy.
You know what? I'm actually considering just putting a quick bet on him to win MVP. Just take a flyer on it.
If he's anything over 6-1 odds, I think that's a decent play.
Yeah, I mean, I would be surprised if he's higher than that. I don't think that anybody really has started the conversation on Baker Mayfield MVP, but I love it.
Yeah,
I love the little guy. I was never really a fan of him
in Cleveland
in his early years when he was in Cleveland. He's in a lot of commercials. Everybody treated him like he was going to be this big stud, and I just felt like I'm not really impressed by what I'm seeing. So I'm happy to bet on him. I feel like it's a little bit of a waste to go early against the Bucks or against the Jets, but their quarterback's injured and
Tyrod out there.
I'll take advantage of a sure thing.
I think the Bills could be a good play this week, but it kind of scares me off of them just because not the Dolphins themselves do not scare me at all, but the fact that it is a division opponent, I like to avoid that if possible. The other team
and also
I was looking
it's the Thursday night game too.
I think Seattle's a nice look this week. Yeah, Thursday nights are good to stay away from as well in survivor pools.
Give me anyone against the Saints, obviously.
Yeah, we could follow the Saints all year.
Seattle, I'm not as convinced about as you because obviously I didn't have to watch every minute of them absolutely dismantling the Steelers.
Ugh.
I watched every minute of them playing the Niners, and they really looked anemic. But Sam Darnold was playing much better in the second week. They got Kenneth Walker going in the second week.
Saints run defense is very bad. I think Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet should eat. I mean, I like the Seahawks more than anybody this week, as far as just to win the game goes.
Yeah, and if you're talking about other games that we were looking at, also a division rival, also an away game, but I love the Falcons over the Panthers this week. I think that the Falcons still have something to prove this season after that first game loss, and they're going to go into Carolina and they're going to make a statement. And I'll talk about it later, but I've got an eye on a couple players over there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean that division's quickly becoming a two-man race, and the Falcons are a game down because of that opening week matchup against the Bucks. So Yeah, I'd expect them to win there. That's another one where I just don't like to play.
And it's like
division.
you could say like, oh, it's good, but I mean they are like 6.5 point favorites. So
True.
it's not even like I'm finding a diamond in the rough. It's just that was up for consideration. I think we're backing out of the division rivalries, and we're gonna roll with the Seahawks and Tampa Bay this week in our
Seahawks
two
and
open
Bucks.
pools.
Yeah, I like that. We'll go with that. All right, next line of business. Let's talk about what we did last week, boys. Let's talk about our picks last week. All right. So
Sure.
I went 1-2 week 2. Did get the Drake May touchdown right, which was plus, I think, 300, 310, somewhere around there. So that helped. If I was playing all my plays individually for the same amount of money, I would have come out on top a little bit. But that's only because that touchdown was 3-1. Not an impressive week by any means. Drake May was my only winning prop play as well. So shout out to the pay pig.
One of these days we will add it to the soundboard.
We'll
We'll
get
have a graphic.
Yeah.
And then Michael Trainer. I'm going to talk about
Sure,
what happened.
you could show it.
It's on there.
Cool. Listen, guys, winning is for the birds. So, I mean, we're gonna get on track this season, and I'm a late bloomer, as you may know, as many of you may know. So we'll get on track, boys. I know it.
We're going streak busting. We're gonna do a little streak busting this week. We got to bust this streak up. You're going 3-0 this week. I can feel it.
Busting makes me feel good. So
Busting makes me feel good. All right. Well, now that we got that out of the way, Miguel.
Yeah. Also, not a great showing. Obviously, got to have Njigba on my side. The guy's always going to get his yards. The guy's got hands. He does have a gay voice. I realized. I was watching him getting interviewed last week, and turns out the guy's got terminal gay voice, but he's got great hands. He's got soft hands.
Yeah.
So.
He's the Jalen Ramsey of the offense.
Yeah, he fucked our defense up pretty good in Pittsburgh, and it's funny to note that so far, whoever we put on the thumbnail has hit. So this week was Drake May and Njigba. Those are basically the only two guys that came to play for us. So shout out to the pay pig and our favorite Njigba.
And yeah, I'll apologize. I really thought that Metcalf was going to be a good pick last week. Just didn't show up. I mean, Aaron Rodgers didn't have the game that he was looking for either. And, a comedy of errors ended up putting them way behind. And
shout out Caleb
they
Johnson.
Just not adjust well to it at all. And then Marvin Harrison. Look, I do still think that the guy's a stud. I don't think I'll ever put money on one of Murray's receivers again.
Well,
I hate the way that guy throws the ball. I'll take him to scramble every time.
he can barely see the guys
hate the way
out
he
there.
throws the ball.
He's a little guy. All right, well, let's get right into the picks for this week. I'll go ahead and kick the thing off. My first pick of the week, Kenneth Walker, who destroyed my Steelers defense this last week. Over 53.5 rushing yards. Steelers defense sucks the last 2 weeks at least, but I would still say that they're better than the Saints, especially... Well, not especially against the run, because we are bad against the run, but the Saints' run defense is trash. They were giving up... they gave up, I think, upwards of 150 yards both games that they've played so far. And Kenneth Walker's finally getting his stride. He had 102 last week against us. He'll get half of that at 50. I got 53.5 rushing yards. As long as they don't leave him out of the offense like they kind of did week 1 and go direct just to Charbonnet, I think after the week that he had, he's going to get more work. Especially, I think he was getting 5.9 yards a carry so far on the season. Give me Kenneth Walker over 53.5 yards. I don't see this as a tough play. Plus, this is one of the teams that we're picking to win in the survivor pool. The team I'm most confident in, if they're playing with the lead, they're going to be running the ball.
Yeah.
They're at home.
And New Orleans gives up 110 rushing yards a game so far this season.
110.
If you look at, the split between the backs there in Seattle, you do the math, it should cover.
Yeah,
based on the math so far this season. So, yeah. And listen, it is New Orleans.
Yeah, that's the main thing for me is who they're playing against means not more than the player themselves, but it means a lot. And I forgot to put the third on this graphic, but Kenneth Walker the third, not his grandfather. That's not who I'm betting on.
Yeah.
All right, trainer, who you got?
All right, so my first pick here is going to be Tyler Warren, over 43.5 receiving yards. I think this might be one of the last chances to get it while it's this low for him this season. He seems to be a high-valued target in Indianapolis, and their offense is flying so far this season. So I expect his lines to start being in the 50s some point soon during the season. So I think taking it while it's this low now is a good opportunity, especially against a Tennessee team that's still not very good. And, expect him to be that security blanket for Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
I really like this one.
I do too. Man, honestly, he looks like the finalist. I mean, 2 weeks into the season, but a finalist at the moment for offensive rookie of the year. I mean, he's getting targets and he's doing a lot with them. 43.5 yards. What is he averaging so far? Somewhere around there. I mean, maybe more.
More than that. He's got like 120 yards so far.
Okay, so he's averaging right around 60. And, yeah. Wait, who are they playing again?
Tennessee.
Love it.
Oh yeah, definitely take that. And this is something that I was pointing out on Sunday last week. But it seems like a lot of teams have almost a tight end committee where we're seeing a lot of backups, down the depth chart.
Yeah.
Getting touchdowns, getting receptions, taking away targets from the top guy, except for a couple dudes. And Tyler Warren is definitely one of those.
That's
that
for
is
sure.
The bell cow of the tight end group over there.
Yeah, the absolute top of the tight end room. Yeah, to your point, the Browns have been splitting between Fannin and Njoku, leaning more towards Fannin. You got the Steelers with a fucking tight end room that doesn't even make sense. There's so many guys in it.
Yeah. The Niners seem to have a new tight end that no one's heard of every week.
Yeah. Yeah, Warren, yeah, he's getting 8+ targets every week, 5-6 receptions, 43.5 yards shouldn't be too tough to get for him, I don't think.
Oh, and what a wonderful segue! It's almost like I planned it. My first pick for the week is Kyle Pitts, another tight end that is getting the majority of the looks, and obviously, Kyle Pitts is the kind of guy that people have shied away from a lot over the last 2 seasons. But he came into the league with a lot of hype as an athletic stud. He hasn't been used as much as people expected, but this season, it looks like he might be getting the targets that people were expecting him to, and he's doing good work with them. He's got an over-under of 38.5. He only had 37 last week, so technically that's not there, but he had over 50 yards the first week. And they're playing Carolina. I think Kyle Pitts, I'd take him for a touchdown. I'd take him for a lot of yards. I think that this is going to be a big statement game for him.
I would also say that Kyle Pitts not hitting this line last week has a lot to do with Minnesota's pass rush and pass defense is very, very good. They had Michael Penix running around like crazy that whole game. There were a ton of sacks on both sides in that game. That game sucked. That game was a terrible fucking game.
Yeah, we tried to watch that on stream, and it was a real drag.
Yeah.
Not a fun game to watch, but yeah, I like Pitts here. He's basically a large receiver. They'll put him out in the slot. He doesn't necessarily line up on the side of the tackles all the time. They'll move him around a bit. It's nice to see him getting more involved in the offense this year because, they drafted him in the first round 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago,
He was a
And
huge
Four
prospect.
yeah,
And
they
his rookie season, he had flashes of promise. It just like it seemed like, okay, he's a rookie. They haven't really fully integrated him into the offense, and then they just never did. This season, look, I picked him up in every fantasy league. I'm waiting on this guy to incubate and turn into
And,
the top guy that he should be.
Is that a chicken joke?
I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah, dude. I don't get it.
But
I know
he-
fucking idea what you're talking about.
he's had a different quarterback every year he's been in the league too.
Yeah, that was the next point I was gonna make, is that like you can't fully blame him when you look at who's been throwing to him throughout his career. It's just like, I mean, if you watch Kirk Cousins last season, that was just god awful.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree, fuck Kirk Cousins.
That's true. He still hasn't found a job this year, has he?
Yeah, you hear that, Kirk? Fuck you. He's the backup in Atlanta.
Yeah,
still
he
in
found his
Atlanta?
Achilles.
I thought
He's still
they.
on Atlanta.
I thought they
They
released
gave him a
him.
big ass deal. Did they just release him?
I thought they released him,
No,
but I
he's
might
the
get some
backup.
wrong.
He's on Atlanta.
Swag surfing on the sideline with a fucking.
I mean, there are people.
He's got
there
the
are
chains
people-
on still.
He's got the chains. He's got a clipboard.
Yeah, it's a clipboard chain. Yeah.
All right, Kyle Pitts over 38.5 yards. I like it. Let's see what I got for the minus second pick. I'm going with Jonathan Taylor Thomas over 88.5 yards. It's not Jonathan Taylor Thomas. It's Jonathan Taylor. They're both cute, attractive. No, Jonathan Taylor. Come on, dude. I mean, this is one of those guys that you can trust as long as he's healthy. Yes, I did mean to put an F in healthy. You can trust him to get some yards, and he's been doing it. I mean, last week he got like 150. I mean, he got a ton of yards last week. The week before, he didn't quite get this number, but he was right around it. I think maybe 78 or so.
They also took him out week 1.
That's
they
right.
took him out of the game.
Yeah,
For health reasons.
last
just
week he
to
had 100.
keep him maintained.
165 yards on 25 attempts. I mean, he's catching his stride. That was against a much better defense in Denver than what he's facing this week in Tennessee. I think they're going to be winning that game, the majority of the game. Hand the ball down to him. Let him run downfield. This one was kind of a no-brainer for me. I know that's going to bite me in the ass saying that, but I like Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, I like him this week. Wish I
Yeah,
would have drafted him
I
in one of
love-
my fucking leagues, but
I love Jonathan Taylor as a whole, man. He's a great player. I mean, I think he was kind of forgotten about 2 years ago, just how good he truly is, and he got to shine at the end of last season,
Yeah.
and he's carrying that into this season.
I think so too, yeah.
I was able to make a trade for him in my keeper league last year because he was kind of forgotten about, and then I was able to keep him this year. So I was able to hold him as I think like an 8th round pick. I'm very big on him. He's gonna hopefully carry me to fantasy championship.
Well, I wish I would have taken him over Genty, who I took in 2 of my leagues. I'd much rather have Taylor at this point than what Genty's brought to the table. But yeah, I don't know. 88.5 yards. I think he goes for over 100, so why not take the 88.5? Trainer, what do you got for number 2?
I have one question for all of you. Where my Njigba's at, baby? Come on, we're going back into the well until it's completely fucking dry. Jackson Smith and Jigba over 66.5 receiving yards. Another case of they're playing a god awful trash ass team. I mean, we're going heavy on the Colts and Seattle for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Shit.
so far, Njigba's got, I believe, the second most targets and receptions in the NFL this year, behind Puka Nacua. And he's just a heavy target for that team, so he's going to get a lot of catches, and that should produce a lot of yards on top of that.
And if you compare lines with Jackson Smith and Jigba and Nacua every week, they expect Nacua to get 20 more yards than him every week when they're pretty much neck and neck as far as performances go so far. Yeah, dude. I mean, I've never seen an Njigba prop play that I didn't like.
You damn right.
Yeah, I mean, until he's above 80 yards over under, I think that's an easy play. I do love the idea of me picking him last week and him hitting it, and you picking him the following week and him missing. I think that would be very funny, but I would easily put my money on Njigba anytime that it's going to be under, I don't know, 75, 80, 66 and a half. Run and take that.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Miguel, what you got?
And then I got Gibbs. Gibbs, I think just because he had a bad first week, they have his numbers down pretty low. I mean, they're playing Ravens, right?
Yeah.
The Ravens, I think, historically have had a pretty solid run defense. But they haven't been really that strong so far against the run this year. I mean, definitely not in that first game. I like Gibbs. I think that Gibbs is still going to continue to progress week over week, and I think that he's going to get back into his groove, and he's going to start really running the ball well. Obviously, the only thing eating into his yards is the receiving yards that he might be able to get, but still under 60 for Gibbs on rushing yards. I'll take that.
Yeah, and also I think that with this Detroit team, they used this past week as a, prove that, we're still good.
Yeah.
But this is the week where they can prove that they're still contenders.
Right.
That's true. Yeah, and the Ravens are, flat out middle of the pack as far as rushing yards go. They're giving up 112 a game. Gibbs is going to get the majority of the rushing yards for this team.
I would like to see the breakdown of game by game because of that average, I bet a lot of them were just in the first week.
Well, yeah,
they must have given up so much rushing yards in the first.
Well, Cleveland's got Cleveland. All right, here for instance, Cleveland has a bad rushing attack, but Quinshon Judkins had 10 carries for 61 yards against them. I mean, that's not nothing. That's more than this.
Yeah,
true. Judkins, guy who we literally don't know how good he is. I was looking at his lines. I wanted to see if he was an option to take this week, but they're playing the Packers, and I just don't want to take any.
Yeah. The Packers
against their defense right now.
Packers defense is probably the best in the league, unfortunately, so far through 2 weeks.
They've looked really good.
Yeah. Cleveland got a total of 115 rushing yards against Baltimore last week.
Yeah,
nice. Well, good for them.
So that's over the average, even. No, wait, no, is it? What did I say their average was? 111, 112.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, you also got to remember that fourth quarter, Buffalo stopped running.
Yeah, that's right. They had to pass. So Baltimore got passed on a lot in that game in the end.
Yeah, all right, well.
And you reap the benefits from it in the fantasy. All right, so, on to my third pick. For my third pick, I am liking DK Metcalf. We're going back to the Metcalf well. He underperformed last week, which is a decent reason to pick him this week. Plus, the Patriots are giving up the most yards in the air in the league through 2 games. They're having a tough time covering anybody. They were playing with the lead in both of those games. Well, no, actually, they kind of got dominated in that first game by the Raiders a bit. But
the Raiders kicked their ass.
But so Geno threw on them, Tua threw on them. I think it's Rodgers' time to throw on him. I'm not sold on if the Steelers are going to win that game, but I think Metcalf is going to get over 56.5 receiving yards. And
the one thing to pay attention to with this game in terms of this line in particular is the status of Christian Gonzalez for the Patriots, who is by far and away their best corner.
Yeah. Who
hasn't played at all this year. He did practice this week, but it's still up in the air whether he's going to play or not.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the Patriots' defense isn't really scaring anybody so far. Miami sucks, and they still scored 27 against them. Yeah,
and obviously Metcalf is coming off a stinker, and I'm not even saying that I think that the Seahawks have a particularly good secondary, but I think that they played up to the rivalry game. They
zeroed
he was having.
They zeroed in on him a lot in that game too. I mean, he got a lot of double coverage, which should open up other receivers.
They know that he can get frustrated. They know that they can get on his nerves, and he's gonna give the team some penalty yards. And so I think that they were able to shut him down because they kind of know him as a player. I think that that does play into the defense's ability to cover him in some of those situations.
So he got his touchdown, but other than that, he didn't do much.
Yeah,
and
he really
I
wasn't
do
showing up when they needed him.
I do like taking players after they've had a bad game too. This is a good bounce back opportunity for him against. Without a doubt, it's a weaker defense than what the Seahawks put out there. I like Metcalf over 56.5. I think the number's low enough. I'm guessing he gets about 70, 75 yards here. Trainer, what do you like for your third and final yardage prop?
All right, so my third and final pick is going to be Bijan Robinson over 83.5 rushing yards. I know the number's high, but this guy, it's high for a reason. This guy is a phenomenal talent. He's showing out so far this year, and they're playing a really, really bad team in Carolina. And I expect him to run all over this team. I mean, honestly, I think the only way this doesn't hit is if he catches the ball more.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he's getting yards. It's just a matter of how. And I think this week it's still going to be on the ground because they'll have a big lead, and he'll just run it down their throat.
Yeah. I mean, Carolina, 26th in the league with 141 yards per game given up on the ground. Bijan is that guy. I mean, even Saquon Barkley last week was talking about how he thinks, as far as pure rushing talent, Bijan? Bijan.
Yeah, it's Sub-Zero playing running back for the Atlanta Falcons. It's Bijan, dude.
Bijan. He reads the field better than anybody. His cuts are quicker. I like that. I like this pick a lot. It was between him and Jonathan Taylor, who I was expecting to get the most rushing yards this week. The two of them should perform better than anybody else. You expect their team to be winning this game too, which means they'll lean on them even more. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. I think that, like, normally I don't like to go with high totals to go over under, but I think that not only should he beat it, but he could beat it by one of the larger margins of anybody, not just points wise, but percentage wise. Like, I think that he could be significantly higher than 83 this week.
I expect 100 yards out of him, I would say. Not a tough task to ask for. All right, Miguel, what do you got for number 3?
Maybe a questionable one, but I saw the number and I just liked it. I'm taking Rattler. Woo! For 14.5 rushing yards.
We got to do the Globo Gym.
It's less rushing yards than most of the quarterbacks that they had lines for. And Rattler, honestly, I was watching the Niners game very closely last week. This is obviously influenced in large part by that. But I saw him make a couple of shifty moves. I think that it would be easy for him to get 15 yards. I took a look at what he's averaging, and it's well above that. 15's easy. I think that he gets it. He's not going to be throwing the ball that well, and I do think that the Seahawks have a better secondary than run game or run defense from what I've seen. I think that he's going to have occasions where he needs to take the ball himself, and 15, I think that he could get that in the first half.
Coverage.
I think a lot of these 15 yards will not be designed runs for Spencer Rattler. These will be scrambles, getting out of the pocket, pressure, and just trying to get a couple extra yards there, because I think they're going to have a tough time during this game.
And that's what I saw from him against the Niners too. When he was making those runs, it was the play was broken down. He had to find a place to get a couple yards, and he was shifty. He was tough to catch. I think that he could be someone that we make some money on in the future if we keep getting lines like this.
And if he keeps starting.
True.
Also, Purdy ran for 17 against the same defense week 1. And if you look at
He
Spencer
did break,
Rattler,
he did break his foot, but
well, I mean, even if that happens as long as he gets to 15 yards first.
So wait, Mike, are you calling Spencer Rattler Black Brock Purdy?
No, I'd say if you look at him, if you just look at him, the eye test tells you he's at least half athletic.
I see.
All right. We're at the 30-minute mark.
I would say he is half an athlete. a half athlete American.
You think? That's good. You think he'd be half better at throwing the ball than he is, but unfortunately, no. Spencer Rattler, dude, I like it. I don't like him as a player. I don't think he's gonna be a starter in the league for very long, but when coverage forces him to get out of the pocket and run a little bit, he's going to get over 15 yards as long as it happens 3 or 4 times.
So who else are they going to? I know they drafted a rookie, but wasn't it someone that they've already, like, their own people have put out that he's been really disappointing in training camp?
Wait, no. Listen.
Oh, yeah. Shuck? Yeah.
New Orleans is tanking for next year's draft. Like, their guy is going to be whoever they draft next year.
They could bring another man again. Didn't
no?
Archie?
I think it's going to be the LSU.
Oh yeah. Oh, they would love that.
Yeah.
Do you think Arch is going this year?
I personally don't. Now, after watching the first couple weeks of college football, I think he might be better off just staying in college another year.
Yeah, it depends on what his stock's going to look like. I wouldn't say it's the greatest right now because of that one game against Ohio State. But you never know. I mean, if he starts lighting it up, maybe. But it just kind of depends where the scouts put him. I don't think his family will allow him to go into the draft if he's not predicted to be the number 1 overall. But if he is, then he'll be there.
Sure.
All right, let's get into some touchdowns. I'm liking. I'm going back to the well on Tyler Warren here. Tyler Warren for a touchdown plus 220 odds. Love the odds. I don't think he's scored yet. I'm not 100% sure about that. This year. So as much as he's been getting the ball, he has not been in the end zone. Yeah, dude. I mean, he's getting the shit out. He's getting a ton of catches. Let's see. He's got 11 receptions, 155 yards, not a touchdown yet. 41 is his longest, but once you're getting down to the red zone, I know that if it's goal line, they're going to be going to Jonathan Taylor certainly. But if not, I mean, who else would you want to throw it to in that? Pittman, Pierce.
Yeah, it would be him and Pittman are kind of the red zone targets.
You obviously got to worry about Daniel Jones just taking it to the house himself.
That's a decent worry for sure. Daniel Jones will
apparently
get on the
it actually
loose. Is. Yeah. He's got 3 touchdowns in 2 weeks. I mean, come on.
This is a new Jalen Hurts.
But I don't know. Tyler Warren, he's got the most receptions, the most yards as far as ball catchers. Pause. But he doesn't have a touchdown yet, and I think he gets it this week. Plus 220 odds, giving me over 2-1. I'll take it.
Yeah, you give him odds that long, especially when he's clearly a target that they like to go to a lot, and he's someone that if they can be confident about a tight end is the guy that you go to in the end zone. So,
if he's plus 130, plus 140, maybe I'm not taking him here, but plus 220, it's too good to pass up. Saying that how I felt about Drake May at plus 310 last week, and the pay pig found pay dirt. We're going with Tyler Warren here. 20, it's plus 220. Trainer, who you got catching pay dirt this week?
Well, I'm going another tight end here. One that we haven't talked about at all today. I'm going Tucker Kraft for Green Bay. Plus 195 right now. I think that Tucker Kraft has a little bit surprisingly become the favorite target over there in Green Bay so far this season. And
most receptions, most yards on the team
as a whole. I like the matchup. I think that Green Bay's defense is going to dominate, so they're going to have a lot of possessions, I think, and a lot of chances for Tucker Kraft to score here.
I like it. Tucker Kraft, he's got the most targets, most receptions, most yards out of anyone on the team. ball catchers. Yeah, I do not hate that at all. I'm trying to take a look here at and so they're playing Cleveland too. You expect them to score the a handful of touchdowns against Cleveland.
Yeah. I'm looking at this as a game where Green Bay's defense might not be on the field a whole lot.
We really just got to hope that it's not like a Detroit last week situation where we pick the one guy on the team that doesn't get a touchdown because Amon-Ra is scoring 3.
You know who scored the only receiving touchdown against Cleveland week 1? Noah Fant, another tight end. Who's better than Noah Fant? Tucker Kraft.
Damn right.
It's simple math, folks.
You're Bayshawn Tootin, my friend.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I was halfway looking at him as a touchdown scorer this week, but went with Warren.
Yeah, but I think that game's going to be low scoring. That Houston Jacksonville game.
Oh yeah, more than likely. Both good defenses there. Yeah, dude. I like Tucker Kraft at fucking 195. He scored twice this year, right? One in each game.
Yeah. In fact, yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Miguel, who you betting on?
Pretty interesting. They gave him that long of odds if he's scored in every game.
Yeah, he's who Love looks at in the red zone for sure. I mean, who else you got? Romeo Dubs, fucking Reed,
Golden. I think
Jacobs
that line. I think the line has a lot to do with them thinking that Jacobs might have a big game.
Right.
Then again, Cleveland's got a
pretty
stout running defense.
10 straight games.
It's going to be a competition to get in the end zone.
Actually, this might be
and everybody's going to eat.
This might be a game. I don't know. This might be a game to take the under. But I do like Tucker Kraft to score a touchdown, though. Yeah. 41.5. Never mind. That's way too low.
Well, that's because the Packers are going to have to be the only ones scoring.
Yeah,
but have to put up 40 points themselves.
To be fair, Cleveland's defense has been pretty good for an 0-2.
Yeah,
for an 0-2
they
team.
still have Myles Garrett. They are going to get to the quarterback.
You watch that Baltimore game back. They started laying on heavy.
Yeah.
In the second half.
True. Yeah, well, I guess it was only a stand. I mean, they've been getting their. Cincinnati didn't beat their ass, but they're 0-2. Green Bay will score a couple of touchdowns in this game for sure, and yeah, like Tucker Kraft's getting all the targets, all the receptions. He's the biggest target. 195 is a great price, and if you know anything, you know I like a great price. Miguel, who you got this week?
Price strike Fondue. I took the longest shot. I grabbed a guy that I feel like when I saw the odds that the odds makers had missed something, because I got Hunter Renfrow at plus 475 to score a touchdown.
Oh, I love
Hunter Renfrow. I mean, even when he was the main guy on the Raiders, I think was would have been a pretty long shot for scoring a touchdown any week. And so even more so in offense in Carolina, where you wouldn't even think of. Most people go, wait, Hunter Renfrow is playing for Carolina?
I said that when you told me.
But he had at least one touchdown last week. He might have had 2.
He had 2.
He looks like a guy that Bryce Young goes to as a safety valve. I think that he's replaced Thielen as the go-to guy when everything isn't working out. I think just with those odds, I mean, they're so good. I had to take advantage of it. Hunter Renfrow.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, he had 7 receptions, 48 yards. 2 of them were for touchdowns. Yeah, man, it's Hunter Renfrow. I don't even know where he went. You know, like it seemed like he was very good, and then the Raiders just got rid of him. It didn't make any sense to me.
Always someone that he wasn't like very good. He was just still there when what's his name got arrested, and anytime that there's an injury, he just ended up being the top guy. But sometimes having that guy that's just like very consistent, reliable, gym rat, scrappy kind of coach's favorite,
You know what I
first
don't?
in, last out.
Yeah, lunch pail receiver. Also worth noting, Clemson guy. Now he's playing for Carolina, which is right down the road, basically from wherever the hell Clemson is.
And at home.
It's in one of those Carolinas. Yeah, and they're at home. Yeah, man.
Sweet home. As some would say, a sweet home.
That's almost 5-1 odds. Like, you take those odds on a guy that scored 2 last week and got 7 receptions.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the odds like that, why not take it? Why not go for it? I parlayed the 3 of those, and we could make some money.
I like a good price.
Yeah.
I like a good price.
Hell yeah. Well, shit, boys. That's all our picks for the day. Anything else we want to talk about?
No,
Like
I think
anything-
we're good.
Like anything that...
Survivors, we got the touchdowns.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and share with all your friends. Say, hey, check these dudes out. Hey, tell all your friends to bet against every pick we made this week. And you know what? Maybe that'll turn us around. Maybe your friends will lose their ass.
Look, folks, not only do I need to start winning, but IRL lost my job, so please subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe. Please
subscribe. There's a patreon.com/dorkcourt. I've been doing some editing. We're gonna get some extra content up there. You can watch Naeem and Foster call. I mean, I've been editing that episode and I've been having so much fun. I've been laughing quite a bit. So that's gonna drop soon. So hop on the Patreon. You can join the Discord through the Patreon. Where we're going to be meeting up, watching games, talking about our bets, not just in football, but, in all the major sports all week long. We're constantly chatting, talking about that. You can join us playing video games. So
yeah, we play video games on there. We have our Sunday morning FGRLAs in there, which you can jump in, talk with us, tell us what you like, help us design those if you're in the Discord. It's a good time. It's an all-around good time. The boys are playing games. We've
got 2 fantasy football leagues. So come join us, hang out. If you enjoy what we're doing, it's $3 a month. Dork Court, patreon.com/Dork Court. And season 4 will be starting soon of Dork Court itself.
Yeah. Getting back into it, baby.
Hell yeah.
All right, everyone have a good week. Make some money. Peace.